Hello and welcome to beautiful St. Michael Albertville Arena in Albertville, Minnesota, home of the Knights. I'd like to welcome all of you for tonight's varsity matchup between the Knights of St. Michael Albertville and the Trojans of Wayzata. And you are seeing the Avalanche Might team make their way across the ice. And in just a moment, we're going to have Squirt B1 Blue team members, Spencer Jordan, Parker Shearber, and Mason McStott. And there they are coming out onto the ice. See if we can get the, it's on the top there. No, it's where is it? Here, hold on. Sorry, it's right here. There you are. All right, just helping out on the spotlight there. And here come the Knights out onto the ice. Tonight's starters for the Knights. Left wing will be James Anderson. Center Alex Hernandez. Right wing Tanner Esterberg. On the defense will be Captain Jack Johnson. And Caden Clark. In goal will be Ethan Johnson. We'll have the introduction of the Trojans here. And then our Knights. Ryan Pellinger in goal. There we got the spotlight going. We'll enter. And there come out our Squirt B1 Golds. Or Squirt B1 Blues, Spencer Jordan, Parker Schreiber, and Mason McScott. Ethan Johnson being introduced. Caden Clark on the defense. Captain Jack Johnson and a host of skaters with him. Tanner Esterberg at the right wing. James Anderson, the other wing. Center will be Captain Alex Hernandez, starting tonight for the Knights. We'll now have our national anthem. conclusion of our national anthem. "17 minutes on the clock, both teams heading to their respective benches. Tonight's game is brought to you by What's the Scoop, Willie's, Marksman Metals, Accord Orthodontics, Albertville Family Dental, Bell Bank Mortgage, McKell Knotek, Covards, Deerwood Bank, Hat Trick Hockey, Jay Becker and Associates, Lazar Graphics, Rally Gear, The River Inn, State Farm, Derek Brandt, STMA Youth Hockey Association, Ace of Albertville. We'll get to the others later. Right now, let's play hockey. Hernandez stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Into the Knights' defensive zone it comes. Along the near side wall. Towards the goal and cover by Ethan Johnson. 16:44 left, period one. Just starting it off here. 0-0. Puck drops. Johnson behind his net. Over to Anderson, up into neutral ice. Taken there by the Trojans, who dump it back in. Johnson stepping back there and stopping it. Hands it off to Johnson. Esterberg fighting for it along the far side wall of the Knights' defensive zone. It makes it out to Jack Johnson. Over to Anderson. He passes it up the ice. Trojans take it right back and dump it back into the Knights' defensive zone. Clearing it out is Anderson. Across the center line. Into the Knights' offensive zone he goes. Sends it around the boards. Far side corner. Hernandez there. Anderson joins him. He sends it back up, and it gives between Tower and McClellan. Knights will get it in the defensive zone. Pass sent over, past everybody, bouncing off the wall. Tower gets it to Anderson into neutral ice. He flips it off the girder. So we tested the strength of the ceiling, and we'll drop the puck. Outside the Knights' defensive zone in neutral ice, near side dot. Hogan taking the face-off. He's got Ludeman. Antoine next to him. Puck drops. Wayzata has it. They sent it off one of their own skaters. He ended up tripping there. Puck sitting in neutral ice, picked up by the Trojans. They send it over the net. Knights' defensive zone. Far side boards. Back behind the net, near side corner. Tower racing over there for the Knights. Hogan got a stick on him, then to Ludeman. Ludeman into neutral ice. Ludeman dumps it into the offensive zone. Pellinger stopped back and stopped it there for the Trojans. Knights get it right back. Shot on goal by Monahan. Save by Ryan Pellinger. Drop the puck in the Knights' offensive zone. Far side dot. Puck drops. Monahan on the faceoff. Fauché from the blue line. Off of a few different skaters. Cleared out by the Trojans. Into the Knights' defensive zone from the near side. Shot goes off of Johnson's pads. Ricochets to the far side boards. Near side corner. Captain Johnson there. Over to Fauché. Fauché up the boards. Hansen gets past Hansen. Trojans send it back. Down to the near side corner. Polkadot to Hansen. Through neutral ice. Down the boards. Knights offensive zone. A lot of physical play here between both teams so far to start this game. Puck still sitting in the Knights' offensive zone. Esterberg with it, heading towards the net. Takes a check. And has it taken away. Trojans send it up the ice. Right to the Knights, and Esterberg dumps it back in. Clark there on the chase here for the Knights. Takes a check from behind the net. Rainbowed up and stopped there. Shot by McClellan. Clark on the near side takes the shot. Ricochets off of a few people. Pellinger able to knock it away there for the Trojans. Down the ice it comes. And an icing call. 13:41 left, period one. 0-0 is the score. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors who help us to bring Knights hockey to you. Because of them, we're able to bring you the broadcast. We ask that you give them your patronage. Hogan steps in to take the face-off. Trojans come out with it into neutral ice. Across the center line into the Knights' defensive zone. Near side corner. Grabbed there by McClellan. Sends it off the far side boards. Up into neutral ice. Both teams fighting for it. Sent forward by Hogan. Ludeman. Had it, lost it. Trojans send it down the ice. Stopped at the blue line by McClellan. Dumps it back in. Far side corner. Trojans into neutral ice. Down into the Knights' defensive zone. Taken away there by McClellan. Sends it up right at center ice. That puck sits now into the Knights' defensive zone. Far side boards. Clark grabbing in there. Taking behind his own net. Coming towards the near side. Sending it off the wall. And Volkanot sent a pass over and missed Hunter Hansen. And the Trojans have it. Near side boards. Blue line. Shot. Deflects off of Johnson. Far side corner behind the net now. Couple of moves and stripped away by Monahan, and then Clark takes it, and the Man of Steel sends it down the ice. So we'll drop the puck in the Knights' defensive zone. We'll bring it back here after the icing call. 12:24 left. Period one. Easton Monahan stepping in to take the face-off for the Knights. Puck drops. Hunter Hansen jumping in, but it's taken back by the Trojans. Back and forth it goes. Hansen gets it. Hansen over to Volkanot. Volkanot quickly up the ice. Lost the handle of it, and the Trojans grab it. Trojans with a quick pass in the nice defensive zone near side towards the net. Shot saved by Ethan Johnson, and we're going to have a penalty on the Knights. Looks like we're going to have a cross-check on Captain Jack Johnson here. 12:05 left, period one. 2 minutes. Thank all of you for tuning in here this evening. I want to make sure we thank our managers. The Knights, right now we have Olivia Sutliff running the camera for us, but we also have Delaney Barthel, Cece Lewis, and Anna Volkanot working hard to help us bring this broadcast to you. Far side off the face-off there, back and forth. The Trojans back up to point. Near side, sent down to the corner. Tower able to get a stick on there, be disruptive. Far side boards, Trojans with that puck, back up to point. Near side shot, it's wide. Goes up and out into neutral ice. Off the referee there. Trojans with that puck. Send it forward right to Tower. Tower backhands it up to neutral ice here. 1:20 left on that penalty for the Knights. Antoine keeping the pressure on there. Here come the Trojans. Lost the handle, and Antoine gets it to Esterberg. Esterberg into the offensive zone. Esterberg towards the net. Esterberg with the shot. Goes just wide. Trojans grab it. Across the center line. Dumping it into the Knights' defensive zone. Around the boards it goes to the near side. Clark comes out with it. Clark goes to send it forward there. Antoine took a hit and they turn spin. They take a shot. It's number 21. McCoy Kurtz took that shot there for the Trojans. 10:49 left. Period 1, 45 seconds left on that penalty for the Knights. Antoine stepping in to take the face-off here. Knights defensive zone, far side dot, puck drops. Trojan skater kicked it back. They have it at point. Pass to the far side, coming towards the net, marching in there and taking the shot. Fauché took it off the body and sent it down the ice for the Knights. Change of a few skaters here. 29 seconds left on that penalty here for the Knights. Trojans sending it forward, and they'll have an icing call. 10:25 left in the period, 21 seconds left on that penalty. So the Knights will drop it in the offensive zone. Far side dot here, shorthanded. And Monahan Trojan skater kicked out there, so another one will step in to take the face-off. Puck drops, goes right towards the net, then it's ricocheted behind the net by the Trojans. Up and into neutral ice, across the center line, into the Knights' defensive zone, and we're going to have an offsides call. 10:15 left in the period. Ten seconds left on the penalty. Into the Knights' defensive zone it comes. Near side corner sent around the far side boards. Hunter Hansen has it stripped away there. Tried to center in, and Fauché took it off the body. Hansen sends it out to neutral ice. Knights back at full strength. Into the Knights' defensive zone, near side boards. Nice defense there by Vokanot. Puck sitting behind the net, making its way to the near side corner. Pressure applied by Fauché. And down into neutral ice it goes. Monahan sending it forward. Change of skaters for the Knights. Intercepted by Esterberg. Esterberg into the offensive zone. Esterberg with a shot. And it was knocked aside by Pellinger. Netminder there for the Trojans. Into the Knights' defensive zone. It comes picked off by Hernandez. Sends it back in forward into the Knights' offensive zone. A Trojan right there to grab it. Turns, spins, and turns it around. Far side, they bring it into neutral ice. Across the center line, they dump it in right towards Ethan Johnson. Stops and hands it off to Tower. Tower to Esterberg. Esterberg sending it forward. Takes a check there. Across the ice, they send it right to another Trojan. The attack comes far side into the Knights' defensive zone. Behind the net it goes. Lost the handle of it, did that Trojan. Anderson comes up with it. Anderson gets it forward to Esterberg. Esterberg backhands it into the offensive zone. Behind the net, that puck goes to the near side corner. Both teams fighting for it. Back up towards the blue line, cleared out by the Trojans. And they dump it in. Near side corner and up and through the netting and out of play. 8:17 left, period 1. Score is 0-0. Make sure we thank our administration, Dr. Anne-Marie Folkholt, who I see is here tonight at the game. Our principal, John Reeves, all right, activities director, Keith Cornell, and everyone who works in the district. Appreciate each and every one of you. We'll try to mention a little bit more later on that. Puck drops through neutral ice. Back and forth it goes, now dumped into Knights. Defensive zone. Johnson stops it, gets it to Fauché. Fauché up the ice to Ludeman. Ludeman sending it down into the offensive zone. Hogan chasing after it. Icing waved off, centered up there by Antoine to Hogan. Shot on, knocked away by Pellinger. Johnson ricochets it off the back wall there. Hogan fighting for it on the far side. Trojans come out with it. Into neutral ice, they send it, and Johnson steps up, intercepts it, and dumps it back into the Knights' offensive zone. Hansen with a quick chase there. Monahan stepped in there too. Trojans able to get it out to neutral ice. Into the Knights defensive zone, off defensive zone they come, and we are going to have a call here. Looks like we're going to have a penalty on the Knights. I thought it was going to be an offsides, but appears that it's going to be a penalty on Owen Vokanon. Slashing call. 7:22 left, period one. Knights will be on the penalty. So we'll drop that puck in the Knights defensive zone. Eric Moldy for the Trojans and James Anderson for the Knights. From point. Send forward, far side boards, intercepted by Esterberg, who dumps it down the ice. Pellinger steps out, stops the puck. Behind the nets, 1:42 left on that penalty. Near side through neutral ice. Into the Knights. Defensive zone. From the blue line, near side pass across to the far side. Back up the boards to the blue line. Marching towards the net. Coming to center. Tried to pass it off there, lost the handle. Puck sitting behind that, now far side corner, up, and Trojans send it out into neutral ice. 1:13 left on that penalty on Vokanon for the Knights. Coming in there, Clark able to get a stick on that puck there, so couldn't get a clean shot off, and Esterberg able to knock it out to neutral ice. Knights bringing a lot of pressure here. This is wonderful to watch. Trojans behind their own net. Up the boards into neutral ice, far side. Through neutral ice into the Knights defensive zone. Far side corner centered in. Couldn't quite get the handle on it, but there's a shot there. That one goes off of Johnson, and the second shot caught by Ethan Johnson. First one went off of Jack Johnson. So drop the puck in the Knights defensive zone here. Near side dot. Puck drops. Back up to point for the Trojans. Pass over the near side. Try getting down to the corner. McClellan got a stick on it. Back up the boards. From point, sent it. Tried to get the redirect and just went up in the air and over to the far side boards. Pass over to the near side. McClellan able to disrupt and stop that and send that puck down the ice. 7 seconds and counting on that penalty. Trojans quickly up. Knights back at full strength now. Trojans in the Knights defensive zone. Shot on. Knocked away with the leg pad by Ethan Johnson. Far side corner. Behind the net. Near side corner. Check laid on there by McClellan. He's able to take that puck. Kept in right at the blue line, knocked away by Johnson. Second shot, knocked away. Puck behind the net. Near side boards, Vokanon. Got a stick on it there. Trojans keep it in, far side boards, shot on. Bounced off of Captain Jack Johnson. Around the net. Up the boards and down the ice into the Knights offensive zone. And Vokanon laying the wood there. Long pass down the ice, and we should have an icing call. Did we do? 4:29 left, period one. And we are scoreless. 8 shots on goal for the Trojans. 3 shots on goal for the Knights. Drop the puck in the Knights offensive zone. Hernandez taking the face-off. Puck drops. He gets it back to Fauché. Fauché takes the shot. It goes just high. Far side boards. Anderson coming out with it. He gets it over to Hernandez. Hernandez lost the handle, but kept in there by Anderson and now cleared out by the Trojans. Fauché staying in there, playing big. Fauché knocking it away again. Esterberg up to Anderson. Anderson dumping it forward. Pellinger steps out, knocks it up the boards. It goes right to Esterberg. Esterberg went through one man and then got a check. Had the puck taken away, and the Trojans bring it up through neutral ice into the Knights' defensive zone. Stopped by Clark, who stood big there. Sent down the ice, and we will have an icing call. 3:38 left, period one. Score is 0-0. You're watching exclusive coverage of Knights hockey on the St. Michael Levelville Global Hockey Network. I'd like to thank Olivia Sutliff for running the camera, Dylan Kiner, our executive producer. I'm Jeff Story, voice of the Knights, and Hogan stepping in to take the face-off. Pass across, far side, from the blue line. Shot there, wide, makes it over the near side corner, back up to the blue line, gets past all skaters, and down the ice it goes. In the Knights' offensive zone, Pellinger steps out, sends it over to the far side boards. Stopped there by Antoine. Joined by Hogan, it's cleared out to neutral ice. Ludeman gets it back to Tower. Tower over to Jack Johnson. Johnson sends it forward for Antoine. Antoine battling for it. A couple of Trojans there. They send it back to neutral ice. Tower with it there. Sends it forward. Intercepted by the Trojans. Into the Knights' defensive zone. Knocked away. Nice job there by Ludeman. Sends it down the ice. Trojans grab it. Send the pass up. Ricocheted off a few people. Jack Johnson stops it. Dumps it back into neutral ice. Tower. Grab that pass. Got it over to Volkanot. Volkanot to Hansen. Hansen centers it in. It's stopped by one of the Trojans. And Tower able to send a pass up there. Shot by Volkanot. Monahan was licking at his chops there on the backside. He thought he had a wide open net there. Trojans into the Knights' defensive zone, near side. Shot on and saved by Ethan Johnson. 2:19 left, period one. Score is 0-0. So once again, we'd like to just take a moment. We have Principal John Reeves, is amazing person. We also have our assistant principals we want to thank, all of our office staff, all of our teachers, all of our food service personnel, all of our custodial engineers, everyone in transportation, our counselors, our IT people, who am I missing, Dylan? Paraprofessionals. Puck drops and it's sent down the ice, and we'll have another icing call. 2:13 left. I'd like to make sure we thank every person at every building throughout the district and the difference you make in the life of a Knight. Thank you all. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll drop the puck in the Knights' defensive zone. Near side dot, puck drops, taken by Alex Hernandez was that face-off. Sitting out there, grabbed by McClellan. McClellan sends it off the boards into neutral ice. Trojans grab it there. They back up into their defensive zone. Through neutral ice, they send it down in the Knights. And McClellan grabbed it there, and he rainbows it up for the Knights. Anderson had it, lost it. Taken back by Hernandez. It's like hot potato here. Anderson gets it forward to Esterberg. Esterberg towards the net. Behind the net, far side, hands it off to Anderson. Anderson back up to the blue line, kept in by McClellan. He sends it. It goes off of a Trojan. Quick pass up the ice, and we'll have an icing call. 1:32 left, period one. Dylan, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to fill my water up here. Some quick action going on here tonight. Knights standing strong here against the Trojans. The Trojans who handed Moorhead a loss to begin the season. Moorhead, a top 5 team in the state here. Puck drops into neutral ice. Antoine grabs it there and dumps it back in. Pellinger stops back and stops it behind the net. Sends it up. Far side boards, back and forth it goes. Into neutral ice it comes. The Knights' defensive zone, ricocheting off the near side wall, making it over to the far side corner. Back up to the blue line. Sent from there. Picked up by Ludeman. Ludeman sends it forward into neutral ice, right to a Trojan. They send it down, it goes off a stick and off of a referee. Knights' defensive zone. Johnson getting it to Antoine, over to Hogan, picked off. Trojans back into the Knights' defensive zone, swing and a miss on that one there. 36 seconds, pass across the far side boards. Shot and knocked away by Ethan Johnson. They had an opening there, did the Trojans, but lost the handle. Far side boards. Sent towards the net, stopped. And Esterberg now into the offensive zone. Esterberg with it all alone. He's got a 1-on-3 there. Went to shoot there and had it taken away. Trojans into the Knights. Defensive zone. That shot goes off of Johnson, that attempt. And same captain Jack Johnson just held it up against the boards to run the clock out here. I'd like to take a moment here if we could and thank some of our sponsors here. Oh boy, where'd they go?
Well, you find that we're gonna need to reset the live stream again.
All right, so I'm told that we need to reset our live stream here, so we're gonna go down for that and we'll come back up. We will want to make sure that we say thank you to all of our sponsors. We'll recognize them when we come back. We also want to make sure that we recognize the Squirt Blues that were here. Spencer Jordan, Parker Schraber, Mason McStoot, and the Mites team, the Avalanche. So you're watching exclusive coverage of Knights hockey on the St. Michael Albertville Global Hockey Network. We're going to reset right now. We'll come back. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks for watching, Knights fans.